Well, I think everybody's familiar with the Macy parade. That was a bucket list thing for me. And because I've gotten to know Mrs. Schultz very well because of the Joe Too Cool to Smoke program, had to have permission for everything. I asked her one day, how do you get to be a balloon handler? I thought you had to be a Macy employee. And she says, yes, you do. But because she's a sponsor, Macy's gives her 4 slots every year, and she was going to give me 2 and do it with me. And I got my son to kind of come with me, and I actually got to go a month ahead of time to a practice because the balloon was new as an astronaut. And so here's me in New York letting out the helium, and that just shows you how big the head was. Here's the parade. If you remember, that year was very windy, so we had to hold him down. We had 100 people, so it wasn't too hard, but that's myself, and that's Mrs. Schultz, and that was my son Chris. We just had a wonderful time. But by coincidence, the reason they picked Snoopy as an astronaut, because in 1969, when Apollo 11 landed on the moon, Apollo 10 went ahead of time as a practice run. And the lunar module was Snoopy and the command module was Charlie Brown. So that's the connection, that 50-year anniversary. But you talk about, a highlight. It was fantastic. That's, again, myself, Mrs. Schultz, my son Chris. But they were very into the NASA. Yeah, that's one of the nice little banners. But it was quite a great experience.